Phenomena.
Alright. You'll have to excuse the goofiness here, but this is a one-shot. This is, unfortunately, under bad auspices. This is a response to Alpha Mega Sin's video covering the tragedy which has befallen us, the San Diego shooting. We as a nation have got to stop with all of this malarkey of blaming media as a whole. And as I said, this is a one shot, this is no edit, so you'll forgive any bleh moments. But seriously, good example. No Country for Old Men. I watched this movie. I love this movie. Does it mean I'm going to go and fashion a silent shotgun and start shooting people? No. Home front. Some people call it a jingoistic piece of crap. Some call it over-patriotic. I call it bad writing mostly, but most people like to point to this when they talk about violent video games with guns. Okay game. Wish I hadn't paid that much, but still. And of course, you want to talk violence. Let's bring out the poster child. The most violent game that's been released in a long, long time. Splatterhouse. This one I actually enjoyed. So, okay. Music. People love to play music. Best case example, a long time ago, I can't really call it that long, the horrors of Columbine. People blame Marilyn Manson, of course, Slayer. Because Lord knows that this right here is audio defecation, which will cause you to shoot up schools. Yeah, pardon the Jello Biafraism. Or Guar, we kill everything. Are you kidding me? Is this going to make me, shoot up a school? Is this going to make me, suddenly kill people? No. It's just goofy music. King Diamond. Classic metal. It is what it is. It's metal. Music. This is entertainment. All of this is harmless. This does not decide what you do. Okay, well, some people like to blame guns. Oh, look! We'll do a safety check for you YouTube safety Nancy's. You'll find that it is completely empty. For aesthetic's sake, I'm leaving the magazine in. Okay. This is my AR. I built this. This is what I do. I shoot semi-competitively. I build guns. I use guns. I'm not going to glamorize this. It is just a tool. Same as a hammer. Same as a knife. Same as this pocket knife I got here. It's a means to an end. The only difference is, this fires a projectile. This is just sharp. Moral of the story is, folks, be it movies, video games, music, books, material goods, none of this can decide what you do. And to blame human, and sometimes subhuman, failings on inanimate objects is one of the most deplorable things you can do as a human being. Yeah, I know my finger's dirty. We have people in elected offices and in the highest branches of power who are telling you what you can watch, what you can read, what you can do with your spare time. Doesn't that make you a little bit sick? We have people who aren't even elected. Millionaires who spend ungodly amounts of money on censorship. And then you have the mix of the two. Bloomberg. Yeah, that's right, buddy. I'm calling out you. You sick, sadistic man. You, of all people, a man who makes his money by ruling other people's lives, are going to tell me that my AR-15, my inanimate object, which has never hurt anything more than paper, is a weapon meant for war. Well, I do believe that a certain musician put it ever so bluntly. If guns are made for killing, all of mine are broken. This man constantly, without fail, tries to control the media to sway. He'll sit there and he'll manipulate his puppets dance, constantly, to make you, the American public, think that this will make you violent. This will make you violent. This will turn you into a communist. And music such as this will drive you insane. I'm not exactly young, and I'm not exactly good looking, that's for sure. And I've been around the block. I grew up on violent video games. Now, how can you say that? Now, obviously, you're of the NES and Atari 2600 era. Well, simple, I can say this for one simple reason. 1989, the very origin of this game hit arcades. Guess who was playing it as a kid? Right here. I grew up on slasher flicks. I grew up on cheesy movies. I grew up, in dank, dark arcades, that everybody wanted to call dens of sin and drug dealing. I don't do drugs. I barely even drink. I'm not exactly a known, theist or anti-theist, or if you prefer the term atheist. I'm just a normal person, average goofball, average gamer. And yes, some of my hobbies, such as firearms, in some lights can be seen as controversial. You can like guns, you can dislike guns, but remember, like this media, movies and games, they hold up so often, and probably too often. You have that choice, not another person. We have the right to free speech, we have the right to bear arms, but most importantly, we have the right for the pursuit of happiness and well-being. If you forget this, in the slightest, you have only yourself to blame when you lose it. And as for those who immediately jumped into the gun buyback program, well, you can sell your guns. That's fine. You're allowed to. It's a free nation. But understand, the Second Amendment wasn't created for sporting. It wasn't created for recreation. That's just a side bonus. It was created to protect people like you and me from tyrants. It is our last line of defense. When our elections go south and tyrants rule, this, right here, is all we have left. If you choose to give that up, voluntarily or involuntarily, my only words to you are, I hope your chains weigh lightly, for slavery is not an option for me. I thank you for your time.